Hello everyone, I'm John Will and I'm here in Maryland, more specifically in downtown Rockville. The year is 1776. And right here, at this very crossroads between Georgetown and Frederick, the history of Rockville is about to be made. Did you know that in 1776, this very crossroads community was chosen to become the seat of the newly formed Montgomery County? So, if you're curious about discovering a little more about this charming city, I invite you, come on, join me on this journey. By the late 18th century, this small settlement had received its very first official name, and it was called Williamsboro. It was not until 1803 that the town was given its second and final name, Rockville.
During the colonial era in Rockville, tobacco was one of the most profitable and important products in the local economy. Farmers spent long seasons planting, harvesting, drying, and preparing tobacco leaves for trade. Large wooden tobacco barns could often be seen throughout the countryside, where the leaves were carefully cured before being sold. Because tobacco had such high commercial value, many families depended on it as their main source of income. After the harvest, the tobacco was packed into large barrels called hogsheads. These heavy barrels were transported by horse-drawn wagons along dirt roads to the ports of Georgetown, where the cargo was loaded onto merchant ships bound for England and other parts of Europe.
Agricultural goods such as tobacco, wheat, corn, leather, and timber were hauled in wagons along long dirt roads. When these goods arrived here at the port of Georgetown, they were loaded onto merchant ships, bound for Europe. Hey everyone, since I'm already here making a delivery in Georgetown, I thought I might as well take a look around and explore the city.
Located along the majestic Potomac River, Georgetown, situated about 12 miles from Rockville, became, during the colonial period of Maryland, one of the most strategic centers for trade and the movement of goods in colonial America. Its busy port served as a vital link between the plantations and towns of Maryland and international markets, allowing tobacco, timber, flour, and many other products to be shipped through the Potomac River to the Atlantic Ocean.
Georgetown. There is so much history to be told here. I promise I will come back to talk exclusively about this city.
The Rockville Pike was born from old colonial paths used by farmers, merchants, and travelers crossing the interior of Maryland toward Georgetown and other nearby communities. In the beginning, it was only a simple dirt rural road surrounded by farms, forests, and small agricultural properties that supplied the region.
Did you know that there are actually historical records showing that Rockville Pike was originally an ancient Native American trail?
Throughout the 19th century, as Rockville continued to grow, traffic along the road increased rapidly. New residents arrived in town, commerce expanded, and the constant transportation of goods began demanding urgent infrastructure improvements. Wagons loaded with agricultural products traveled daily along the road toward the markets and commercial centers near Washington.
You know what road this is, everyone? We are actually expanding what will one day become Rockville Pike.
Hey,
Over time, the old rural road could no longer handle the intense flow of travelers and merchandise. Gradually, the Rockville Pike was widened, leveled, and modernized to meet the needs of a rapidly growing region.
let's move it.
The road evolved from a simple colonial route into one of the most important and busiest roads in Maryland, helping drive the urban, commercial, and economic development of Rockville and neighboring communities.
Guys, we really have to tip our hats to the men who built these roads with nothing but their bare hands and sheer determination. And with this expansion, just look at that. 2 wagons will actually be able to pass right by each other on this very road. Hey everyone, I am back. The year is now 1817, and right there in the background, still under construction, is St. Mary's Church.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
Let us pray.
Almighty
In
everlasting
1813,
God,
a
grant
small
us
group
your
of
mercy.
Catholic families decided to establish a permanent place of faith in the heart of what is now Rockville. At that time, the region was still rural, surrounded by farms, dirt trails, and small communities scattered throughout Montgomery County. The first religious gatherings were held inside simple family homes, while local residents dreamed of building a permanent church for future generations. Built with red bricks along the old road connecting Georgetown and Frederick, the historic St. Mary's Catholic Church became the first Catholic church in Montgomery County and one of the oldest religious buildings in the region. Its presence marked the growth of the Catholic community in inland Maryland and quickly became an important spiritual and social gathering place for local residents. In 1846, Rockville had fewer than 1,500 residents when local farmers created the Montgomery County Agricultural Society to modernize farming techniques and strengthen the rural economy.
Wow guys, I am right here at the very first county fair, 3 days of festivities, and the excitement is just getting started.
These apples are perfect for preserves.
The initiative helped producers share knowledge and encourage the development of the community during a time when agriculture supported nearly the entire region. 2 years later, in 1848, the first official fairgrounds were opened along the Rockville Pike, near the area where Richard Montgomery High School stands today.
Did you know that this very same fair that began back in 1848 is still alive and celebrated to this very day?
The first fairs featured fruits, vegetables, livestock, honey, butter, handmade fabrics, and agricultural equipment, bringing together families and farmers from across the county.
This wheat looks fresh today.
Oh,
Just brought it in this morning, neighbor.
weighed it myself. Finest.
Over time, the fair helped establish Rockville as an important regional center for commerce and social life. The event attracted visitors from different parts of Maryland and became a historic tradition that symbolized the city's growth and modernization throughout the 19th century.
Stitch by hand.
It's beautiful work. How much for the blue ones?
The 2026 edition is scheduled to take place between August 14th and 22nd in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Guys, today is May 19th, 1873. Rockville is now connected to Washington by rail, and nothing will ever be the same.
Today, the railroad has finally made it to Rockville, and with it comes progress, commerce, and a whole new future for this city.
Can you imagine what a revolutionary milestone this was for Rockville one day? The inauguration of this railroad?
In 1873, the sound of steam locomotives changed the destiny of Rockville forever. Until that moment, the town still moved at the slow pace of an agricultural community surrounded by farms and old dirt roads. But everything began to change when the new train station was built along the metropolitan branch of the historic Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. For the first time, Rockville was connected quickly and directly to Washington, D.C. and other important cities in the region. The arrival of the trains brought much more than passengers. Rail cars loaded with goods, food, lumber, and agricultural products began crossing the town every day, completely transforming the local economy. Merchants saw new opportunities. Hotels and warehouses appeared near the tracks, and activity around the station grew year after year.
With the railroad station up and running, by 1885, Rockville had already grown into one of Maryland's most important commercial centers.
The whistle of the locomotives became part of everyday life, symbolizing progress, speed, and a promising future for the community. Before the arrival of new technologies, Rockville residents depended on horse messengers and stagecoaches to receive news and information. Important messages could take days to arrive, especially during rainy seasons or winter.
It's nice, Elle.
Everything began to change in 1873, when the Metropolitan Branch of the historic Baltimore and Ohio Railroad reached the city. Along with the tracks came the telegraph wires, a truly revolutionary technology for the time.
Sending messages by phone is so easy these days, but this right here is a telegraph. I wonder, how does this thing actually work?
The telegraph transformed commerce, business, and even local government communication, connecting Rockville to the rapid technological development taking place across the United States.
For the very first time, messages could travel almost instantly between Rockville, Washington, and other major cities.
Yes, I'll connect you to Main Street 42. Ringing now.
10 years later, in 1883, Rockville officially entered the telephone era. The first telephone lines began operating, connecting the city's railroad and commercial areas. The enormous wooden wall-mounted telephones impressed residents, and every call had to be manually connected by a telephone operator.
Wait, this thing actually talks?
Oh my goodness! Did this thing just speak to me?
Even though it was expensive and limited to the most influential people, the telephone quickly became a symbol of progress and modernity.
Transformation reached yet another level when electric light poles began illuminating the city streets at nightfall, replacing old oil lamps and candles. The glow of electric bulbs, combined with telegraph wires, telephones, and the constant movement of steam trains, gave residents the remarkable feeling that they were truly living in the future.
I used my grandmother's recipe.
And life continued on its course. Everything that began in 1776 was only the first step in a transformation that would span generations.
We can't let that happen. We need to sway the aldermen.
The old village, surrounded by dirt roads, horse-drawn carriages, and farms, slowly gave way to a town learning to move alongside progress. By the end of the 19th century, Rockville was already witnessing the arrival of the telegraph, the telephone, and electric power. Nights began to glow with light, news traveled faster, and distances suddenly felt smaller. The sound of horses still echoed through the streets, but now shared space with the first automobiles and with a population that could see the future approaching before their very eyes. And so, by 1915, Rockville was no longer just a small rural community hidden among the roads of Maryland's countryside. The town had passed through decades of quiet transformation, growing alongside the evolution of an entire nation. The old red brick buildings, railroad stations, markets, and churches carried the marks of every generation that helped build that place. Between the simple past of the 18th century and the modern world emerging in the early 20th century, Rockville found its own identity. A town shaped by hard work, hope, and the constant desire to move forward.
Good driving, son.
She's running smooth today.
Guys, our story is far from over. This small rural town of the 19th century was just beginning to step into a whole new era. In our next video, we will explore Rockville's golden years: automobiles, fast food, and sweeping urban changes. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment below and hit that subscribe button for Aaron. Your support truly means the world to this channel.
And if you want to transform your brand with the power of artificial intelligence, check the link in the description to find out how. Enjoy.